Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. So straight into the action.
Luis Suarez really is a player who can do everything. He makes a more than decent target man, and his energy levels mean the opposition defence are constantly under pressure.
And that, I guess, is essential if you're going to play pressing football.
Well, that's right, as so many sides do these days.
Obama! Goal, Poland! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now it's Oyarzabal. And here's Rafinha. Threads one in. He can run onto that. Takes a shot! They've got to be quick to recover, and it's come back out to him. But he's left disappointed. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Tries to pass it through. Messi, and he's picked out the run. Foden, surely he can't miss. And a chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Now, can they get him away?
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Now it's Luis Suarez. Nicely weighted ball. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. That's a cute ball. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Koundé looking for the run. Rafinha providing an outlet on that flank. Valverde. It's come to nothing. Burmo looking to add to his goal. Spread out to the left. That's a nicely shaped... Decent chance!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
And it's Luis Suarez, and he's being shifted off it. Can he get on the end of this? Robertson. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Applies the finish! It's anyone's ball now. Nicely aimed pass.
And Bomo clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Couldn't squeeze it through. Luis Suarez. That's going wide left. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
There they go, hunting again.
And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. De Jong. And Burmo. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Rafinha. No, again there's no way through. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Now that looks a decent ball. Oyarzabal. He's had a shot! Oh, he's hit the bar! Rice ended up in no man's land. Oyarzabal. Rice. Rafinha. He's found a way through. And that is expertly dealt with. Out of play for a throw. Can he get it through? He's in plenty of space here. He has found the way through. Szczesny claims comfortably. So, a temporary halt to the action. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Poland can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 20, Luis Suárez.
So right back into the action.
Sustituido por el dorsal
Poland
9.
can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Looking to play him in.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Oh, what's he done? Opts to play it. Goes for a shot! And he hits the net! Barcelona are back in business! What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
De Jong, looking for options for movement. And Burmo stood his ground strongly. Poland different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Burmo. That's a little off target. De Jong. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's well spotted. Foden, spread to the right.
We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Poland with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And it's Koundé. Oh, that's ambitious. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
De Jong, Lewandowski, Rafinha. 60 minutes played. He is through here. Well read, and the danger is averted. Robertson, it's a pretty loose pass. Aims beyond the defence. Now it's... Oh, he's having a go! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Poland are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Robertson. And Rafinha. Now it's Musiala. Space for him to turn and look. Has to go back here. Rafinha. Burmo. He's shifting through the gears here. In with the challenge.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 18 será reemplazado por
Salah
el dorsal
crosses.
6.
De Jong.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
He's picked his way through. Oh, well played. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Now it's Musiala. He's having a hit! And no, just off target. De Jong. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He's got away. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Poland really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Pass somewhat off target. Tries to play it through. Koundé spots it and intercepts. Robertson goes sliding in. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And he's managed to get... Can he finish? It's off target and by quite a way.
Spirited to say the least, certainly gave this crowd something to really cheer about.
And it's Salah. Bednarek makes the interception.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
He's gone for goal! Oh, split-second reaction.
Sarr is offering a wry smile there.
Milik. Koundé gets a foot in here. And it's Shaw. Here's a shot! Lacking in accuracy.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Distributed tidily. Knocks it into space. Great vision. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And that is as far as it goes. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
Hello everyone, and welcome
Well,
to
football is, of
today's
course,
match.
ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into a stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot.
eFootball! Crossbar comes to the rescue.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Cash. Knocks it into space. Good read, needed to be. Iwobi. Mbappe. Mbappe. Chips it through. And he was quick to react. Quality ball. Rice calmly anticipates. Camavinga. And it's Mendes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He slings it in. Cleared without hesitation. Now it's Rice. Here comes another cross. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Cash. Still goalless at the moment. It's a good run down the right. That'll be a throw. Ah, good steal. He just read it. Cash. Now it's Valverde. Tries to play it through. Spread neatly. Kvaratskhelia. It's Camavinga. And it's Hakimi. It's a pretty loose pass. Burmo. Now, can they get him away? And he skips past his man. Shaw. Oh, he's been caught napping. Struck first time. Lacking in accuracy.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Iwobi. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Valverde. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Tries to pass it through. Kvaratskhelia is wide and looking to get onto this. Valverde. And it's De Jong. That's a look and plays it forward. Rice on a strong run here. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That could spell trouble. Big chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Now it's Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal finds himself offside. Hakimi. Messi ventures forward, aims beyond the defence. He won't be happy with that one. And here's Kvaratskhelia. That has not gone well. Oyarzabal going forward. Now this could be a chance. Over to the right flank.
He looked rushed.
Rice! They've got to be quick to recover this. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
And it's Rice. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. He's a sharp little ball here. Well read, nice interception. De Jong. Now it's Valverde. It will be for Rice. And that is the end of the first half.
Hello, everyone.
And it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break.
Substitution for Poland. Number 7, Mikel Oyarzabal. Number 19.
So the action resumes.
Poland have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Number 11.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Poland do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Hakimi knocks it out wide. Oh, nicely intercepted. Koundé. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Great ball, and he's in. Decent chance! The crowd reaction tells you just how close that was.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Cash. Koundé. Bednarek. Cash. Van Dijk cuts it out. That's good running with the ball.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Kvaratskhelia.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Musiala. Mbappe.
That was lovely, that.
Mbappe. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Arsenal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And here's Kvaratskhelia. And it's Iwobi. Mbappe! Chance! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Arsenal really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Arsenal, number 14.
And we have our very first corner.
Coming on the field is number 13.
Poland are looking to go forward now. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Iwobi. Just no time to dwell on the ball there. Not the most accurate pass. Can he get it through? Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Now he's got space here. That is good alertness. Poland perhaps contemplating their next change here. Now it's Rice. Now it's James Rodriguez. Musiala for Rice.
This is the time you need that pace.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Mbappe. That is good progress on the left. Kivior. And it's Shaw. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And he's intervened well there. Shaw. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. James Rodriguez. Iwobi. Now it's James Rodriguez. Great vision. And there's green grass ahead of him. Stood up well to him there.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Messi. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Gets a good foot in there.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 7, Kylian Mbappe. Number 10, Lionel Messi.
Kivior.
Coming on the field.
And it's Musiala.
Number 5,
He's picked his way through.
Yamal Musiala.
Kamavinga.
Number 18, Jacob Murphy.
Now it's Rice. Lewandowski.
Poland clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game. Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
The defender is not giving up on this. Now it's Lewandowski. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Bednarek kept his eye on it, and he's there. Shot could be on. Oh, that is asking for trouble. That's put paid to the danger. The message is simple: defend this with your lives. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. The whistle's gone, and the game is over. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, Peter, I suppose it's something. Not ideal for either side, of course, although if you look at the overall balance of things, neither did enough to win this, and I think the result is quite fair.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Signore e signori, benvenuti a San
Oh, what a
Siro.
sight this is.
Oggi
The
si
colour, the
incontrano
choreography, the
Milan
camaraderie.
e
The fans
Bologna.
have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. The San Siro, for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. Well, we're underway. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard, on his day, is one of the world's best, Jim. So how do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that left side, whether it's to drag people away and isolate them or to combine with central attackers. But he also often plays as a 10, as we know, in a free role.
And is that a new dimension to his game?
No, he's been at that for years, and he's just very good wherever he plants himself.
No, he's just misjudged that one. Zambrotta is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Luis Suarez. Valverde. Bednarek gets across to intercept that. Valverde. Tacho spots it and intercepts. Hazard. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Looking for the run. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Kivior going forward. Tries to play it through. That looks a cracking ball. Picked out Totti! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Totti deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Cleared without hesitation. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Poland are looking to go forward now. More and more pressure on the ball here. Plays a sharp little ball here. Cash. He's got away. In towards the back stick. Brilliantly cut out. Poland yet to have an attempt on goal. Can he get it through? Hazard is in a really good position out wide. It's Hazard! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Hazard has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And here's Suarez. Rice. It's run loose here. A heavy challenge. It's gone for a throw-in. And it's Zambrotta. And he's there to belt it away. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Now this Totti! Goal, Milan! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
That's a cute ball. He's in plenty of space here. Rice. No, again there's no way through. Now, can they get him away? Koundé kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Just about within shooting range. Rice.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Oh, easy pickings there.
Poland certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Casillas punts it upfield. Pedri. Now it's Totti. De Jong stood up well to him there. Cash. And that's really well manoeuvred. McAllister.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Pacho. No way through. Looking to play him in. Oh, played right into his path. And Bomo. Not the most accurate pass. Rooney. Rice. Shaw.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Now it's Oyarzabal. That's a lovely, neat pass. He's having a... Oh, that's close, and that will be the last of it. It's half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Poland trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Sostituzione per la Polonia. Numero 19, numero 7, numero 14.
Gets us going once more.
Il numero 10.
Poland really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Poland different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Cash. Now that looks a decent ball. Can he latch on to this? Oh, well measured. And this is Luis Suarez. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Messi. Now, he's got space here. Casillas sends that a long way.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
De Jong makes a dash for it. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Zambrota. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And he was quick to react. And that's been won straight back. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 18. Hazard. Viene sostituito con il
Hoisted
numero
in.
7.
Koundé tries to clear. And that is expertly dealt with. Defending was strong and firm. And he whipped. Chance! It's hit the crossbar. Nearly, but not quite.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Pedri. Aimed beyond the defence. It's Luis Suarez! And he should have made them pay.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there really isn't enough happening up front, Peter. They just haven't been afforded much by way of creating chances. They must start showing some bite.
He has found the way through.
Poland really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now it's Messi. And it's Alexander-Arnold. That has not gone well. De Jong. Pedri. Totti.
This is the time you need that pace.
He's gone for goal. And that will sail harmlessly past.
Milan certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 14.
Time for a change in personnel.
Totti. Numero 24. Numero 20. Luis
Alexander-Arnold.
Suarez. Lasciano il campo per il numero 21.
And it's Alexander-Arnold.
Messi. Il numero 8.
Musiala.
Il numero 19.
Shevchenko. Oh, nicely intercepted. De Jong. Now it's Messi. Now it's Messi. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Short changes him with that pass. And it's Zambrotta.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now it's Shevchenko. Kivior cuts it out. Time is running out here.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
And he's forced to go back. Rice. De Jong. He's picked his way through. Lewandowski.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Musiala! Against the crossbar. He doesn't look too happy with that.
Musiala could easily have kept that down. He shouldn't have brought the crossbar into play.
Numero 13.
That is ended up in no man's land. Alexander-Arnold, looking for options for movement.
Poland really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain.
Lewandowski! Not a bad try by any means.
I think that was probably what
Ci
the
saranno 3
opposition
minuti
wanted
di
him to do,
recupero.
Peter. They're not going to be overly worried if he's shooting from that sort of distance.
Zambrota. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Rice. And after a brief check, the referee blows his whistle. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the
Ricordiamo a
end.
tutti i tifosi che sul maxi schermo
Your final
è
thoughts, Jim?
possibile vedere la
Poland
piantina
really
dello
did
stadio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here. Well, great news, Jim. Daniele Massaro is in the lineup, and we know what a great player he is.
Yeah, and I think it's a fact that he's known for scoring decisive goals and delivers in key moments, often in closely fought games too, Peter. And I think it'll be of little surprise were he to score the opening or the winning goal in this one. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And they've switched it over to the other side. Oh, played through for the wide man. And he can thump it away. Vinicius Junior! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Valverde. Cash engages and forces him off the ball. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Not the most accurate pass. Van Dijk is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Tries one from range. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Goes for goal! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Rice actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Pass somewhat off target. Bednarek. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. And he's intervened well there. Vinicius Junior. Tries to play it through. Oh, well played, well played. Burmo, and he'll try from distance! Nearly, but not quite.
I think that was probably what the opposition wanted him to do, Peter. They're not going to be overly worried if he's shooting from that sort of distance.
De Jong does really well to win the ball there. Massaro in the hunt and looking threatening. And there's the shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Aubameyang is offering a wry smile there.
Vinicius Junior! Poland are looking to go forward now. Alexander-Arnold. Knocks it into space. Great vision. Oh, well played. Can he finish? Goal! Milan! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And it's Aubameyang. Messi. Bednarek promptly onto that, and that is that. Rice. Shaw. Looking to play him in. De Jong. Burmo. Massaro. This is a promising build-up. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Aimed beyond the defence. Bednarek kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Lovely pass, but can he get there? No, it's come to nothing. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, the ball's gone astray.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Aubameyang. Cahill. And it's Van Dijk. And Alexander-Arnold. Aubameyang. Decent chance! Oh, it's fallen loose again! And he hits the net! And they're threatening to fly away here! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now.
That's it, 45 minutes up.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Substitution for Poland, number 15, Matty Cash. Coming on to replace him is number 95, Frankowski.
So we're off again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There was just...
And Aubameyang! Massaro! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Goes for a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Substitution for Poland, number 17. Declan
Final
Rice.
checks on the touchline.
Number 2.
A change about to occur.
3-0
and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Rafinha.
It's a sharp
Number
pass.
22.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Bednarek gets across to intercept that. He's beaten the last man. And Aubameyang! Aubameyang! Goal after glorious goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! They will take that. They are absolutely ripping it up. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish. Milan are having a ball here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Milik is onto this. He's had it taken off him. Rafinha. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Well, played right into his path. That is good strength. Bednarek did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's picked his way through. Milik, that's a quick free kick. And it's Lewandowski. De Jong. Now it's Aubameyang. Oh, good spread. Valverde. Can he get on the end of this?
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
That looks a good ball through. Can he stop it going out? Frankowski. Valverde. And it's De Jong. Koundé. Shaw scooting forward. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, that was vital. Messi. Massaro does have his name on the score sheet, of course. That has not gone well. Yeah, that pass isn't the best. Koundé. De Jong. Threads one in. Rafinha providing an outlet on that flank. Burmo. For Messi. Now it's Aubameyang. Vinicius Junior. Tries to pass it through, and he shoots! That is delicious! About as smooth as it gets.
The goal score for
They
AC
are
Milan
getting horribly
after
bullied,
18 minutes
and it
is
seems there is plenty more to
number
come.
7.
Well, I think we've
Pierre
reached the
Aubameyang.
point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. And here's Milik. Shaw. Oh, that's fabulous. Now the ball in.
Well played and well cleared. Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh no, what has happened here? He's got away. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Vinicius Junior. That is ended up in no man's land. Now it's Milik. Now it's Lewandowski.
2 added minutes.
Has a
have
look
been
and plays it
indicated.
forward. Well timed, excellent interception. Nicely weighted ball. Koundé goes sliding in. Now it's Aubameyang. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Well, he knows very well that he is already walking a tightrope. No hesitation, he's straight into his pocket. It's a second yellow card, and he walks. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort, but do hope it's nothing serious. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. And I think we're done! Yes, we are done! Poland cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off.
Hello, everyone.
So what do you
This
take
is the
away from it all,
moment
Jim?
you've all been
Well,
waiting
there was a
for.
distinct
The
lack
time
of
to pick out
clarity
today's
or
lucky
commitment in
numbers.
everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Hello, everyone. And
Well,
welcome
football
to
is, of course,
today's
ultimately
match.
just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not
Again,
feel like that.
Ukraine.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So straight into the action. It is that familiar feeling again, old foes, fresh hostilities. Jimenez is making a start here. I wonder what sort of a role is he expected to play, Jim?
Well, Peter, he's got all the physical attributes you'd look for in a centre-half, and you'd back him against anyone in the air. If the opposition were thinking of hitting it long today, they might have to think again, because they've got this guy to face.
Well, he would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. And this is Lewandowski. Obama! And he couldn't finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
And he's quick to snatch it back. And they've got a throw. That is lovely. Ronaldinho. Oh, good effort. No, couldn't quite control it.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Kivior. Bednarek. Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. That has ended up in no man's land. Nicely weighted ball. Rice. Shaw. Looking for the run. Shevchenko has it out wide and in space. Lewandowski. And it's Rice. And he's only too happy to take that back. And it's Rice. Now it's Lewandowski. Dembele. Goes for goal! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Ukraine with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Keeper's dealt with that. Now it's Rice. He's got away, and he's rising! Harmlessly behind. Still goalless. That ball looks a good one. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. No, he's not getting his way this time. Well timed, excellent interception. Ball's gone out of play. And it's De Jong. Burmo stood up well to him there. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Cash is wide and looking to get onto this. Pass somewhat off target. Rice. Takes the shot! And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Great vision. Chance here to counter. No way he was going to let him past. Ødegaard. Shaw. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Kivior. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Rice. James. Now Ødegaard. Rice does well not to be outdone there. Looking to play him in. Crunching tackle. Oh, good spread. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Shaw. Rice. Shoots! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Burmo. And it's Ronaldinho. Oh, played through for the wide man. He's in a great position here. Cross flung in towards the middle. Great chance! A skipper's goal!
Well, I can tell you, that'll definitely liven up the half-time team talk. Scoring first is always a plus, but scoring with that level of quality will surely lift every member of that team now.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Poland are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Poland have taken the lead.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team.
Oh, he's terrific effort! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
No outsmarting him this time. And for the first half, that is that. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. So your views on the first half?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands. So no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Poland leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. The second half is up and running. Poland currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Rice. Ødegaard. And it's Rice. And it's made its way to him. Can he spark a counter here? James. Baini. This is a promising build-up. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's Dembele. That is good alertness. Rice looking to add to his goal. Can he get it through? And Burmo is onto this. Team still separated by the game's only goal. Burmu. He's beaten the last. Applies the finish! Ukraine choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Coming on to replace him is number 14, Alexander Sirlot.
In by Messi. Well read, and the danger is averted.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Spread it left. Shaw tries to play it through, and it's Ronaldinho. He's found a way through. And here's Dembele. It's Dembele! Mighty close.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Ball in towards the middle.
That's good defensive concentration.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Rice, and there's his chance to lead the counter. Whistle's gone, that's foul. And that's going to be a booking. Rice. Shaw did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Son Heung-min. Dembele. This is Dembele. Well, they've got it again. Ronaldinho. Cash was in no mood for any of that. And it's Dembele. And smartly reclaimed. Poland leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And the score is 1-0. Dembele. He's picked his way through.
Poland clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Shaw. That is good progress on the left. Oh, no question, that's a foul.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Number 19, Lamine Yamal. Coming on the field is number 22, Kylian Mbappe.
Pinches it off him. Van Dijk. Now, can they get him away? And there's green grass ahead of him. He's had a shot! Well taken goal. A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Son Heung-min.
Poland are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Rice tries to cross. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Dembele! Off the post! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Number 9.
So we have further activity on the bench here. So, time for a potential game changer.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
Baini. Ronaldinho might just make this. Out for a throw. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Rice. Thinks one through. And it's Ødegaard. Rice. He's had it taken off him. So that's it. It is all over. Poland can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency and proficiency. Rice picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to
Poland
today's
are
match.
utterly focused on their objective here. A single point and the job is done. Can they do it? Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Poland must not lose. The potential ramifications simply too much to contemplate. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Scholes with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't...
Rice! Mighty close.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And here's Yamal. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Not the most accurate pass. Yamal. And here's Haaland.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Can he finish? Oh, he's been caught. He's having a shot!
Poland definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Rafinha stood it. He's had a shot! And he's managed to gift it back.
There's the golden nugget, that is Paul Scholes, one of the game's unsung heroes.
And nothing seems to change him. All that adulation, he's the same bloke.
Agreed, but on a world level, he ought to have higher status. But he's never been one for hugging the limelight. He just loves being the quiet assassin.
Shaw is the guilty party there. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
He's a lucky boy. I've seen cards issued for less. Here's hoping he stays out of further trouble.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he cuts out the supply. Adams. 0-0 still. No lack of chances, though.
Well, it's certainly not a drab affair, Peter. It's had its moments.
He has found the way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Shaw. And it's Valverde. Cash. Couldn't squeeze it through. Rafinha. Strong running down that left flank.
Such good technique.
Valverde did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And it's Lewandowski! Goal! Poland! And look who it is. He leads the way. He leads the way again.
28 minutes in. Number 18.
And the trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Robert Lewandowski.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, Peter, this now poses the question of stick or twist. Do they immediately go for another one, or sit back and wait patiently for the opportunity to break?
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And here's Haaland. Haaland! And the keeper's relieved to see that disappear wide.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Cash. Burmo. He's had a chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Otto carries the ball down the right. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Deftly away. Poland have got it back and they'll have another go. Yamal. He's found a way through.
That was lovely, that.
Yamal's cross. Terrific effort.
Poland can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
No luck with that dink over the top. And he's heaved it away. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Rafinha. And here's Valverde. Oh, he's having a go! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Rice just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
Scholes. Kimmich.
2 added minutes.
No, that's been
have
intercepted.
indicated.
And it's Lewandowski. Now it's Rice. Rice. The muscular approach does pay off here. And it's half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. How to review the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Poland just ahead here in a tight game. They are 1-0 to the good.
Substitution for Poland, number 18, Robert Lewandowski.
So we're off again.
Number 19.
Poland definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Mikel Oyarzabal. Number 3, Lionel Messi. Number 9, Ismail Assar.
Looking to play him in. Can he latch on to this? Poland come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Saar could move up a gear here. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, that's fabulous. Great chance! Yamal, the man with the tools to make a difference here. Sarr. He's having a hit! And for a moment, time stood still. Scholes is always scanning the pitch for targets. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Still just a single goal between the sides. Yamal. And it's Rice. Mikel Oyarzabal. And now the breakaway. He's picked his way through. De Jong. It's a good foot in there. Zanetti. He shifted it to the flank. Now it's Messi.
Great feet, that.
He is through here. And Messi! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Now it's Sarr. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Oh, good take in a good area. And he can thump it away. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That's a good foray he's making. He's looking unstoppable. He's got away. Otto. In towards the back stick. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And that's a throw-in.
Substitution on the field. Number 19, Lamine Yamal. Number 15, Rafinha. Coming on the field. Number 9, Phil Foden. Number 18, Kylian Mbappe.
Adams. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
Well timed, excellent interception. Scholes. Zanetti. 75 minutes played.
Poland clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And here's Haaland. And it's Messi. He's shifting through the gears here. And he welcomes it in. Sarr! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Sarr deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers
Number
will
5,
always have an option with him.
Joshua Kimmich.
Poland with the corner,
Coming on the
they're
field in,
first.
Number 13.
And now
Yaman
a sudden
Musiala.
chance to counter. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Poland leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. Now it's Oyarzabal. Foden engages and forces him off the ball. Musiala, 5 minutes left on the clock. Takes a shot! And it's in! They have stolen level at the last! Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Probing pass. It looks a good ball through. Oh, that's well spotted.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will be 3
Mbappe.
minutes at a time.
Space for him to turn and look. In with the challenge. He's on it, can he get away? Son Heung-min. And it's Musiala. Now it's Oyarzabal. Chance here to counter. Oyarzabal purring through. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. The deed is done, they are on the up. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, that's a huge weight off their shoulders, Peter. The pressure must have been almost unbearable, and I know that through personal experience. There's plenty you can say about today's performance, but just this once, promotion is the only thing that matters.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
And we'd like to inform you now that the latest travel information is currently being displayed on the screen.